Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I just got off the phone with my dear friend and we were speaking about focusing on tasks versus focusing on value, and that's the title of our video today. Focusing on tasks versus focusing on value. Let's talk about that just now. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lisema Matsietsi. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you for always coming back to watch these videos. I'm really humbled about that. And every week I have to think about, every pulse to share with you, and if they are doing quite well for you and they're making you, see the light much better, please feel free and comment down below. Hit the like button or hit the subscription button if you haven't thought about hitting it as yet. This week we spoke about the trap that most of us as analysts, fall into. We walk into a meeting and they say, Lisema, we're gonna send you data, do your stuff. And we always focus on the data. We focus on the doing. And at one point we find ourselves, why am I frustrated? Why am I attracting the same animal on top of me? I always get hit by data. And all I was doing is I started, I volunteered to do this thing and show my data skill, but it looks like all the projects that are coming to me are all data related, even though I want to add value on other things. This is what I had once. I think it was one of the public speakers, and he spoke about this and it was so profound. He was making sure he was making use of a different example, but for our understanding, I'm going to be using analogy of a watch. Well, it's not even an analogy, it's just a watch. You would have a normal, I don't know what watch brand do you know. I know a Swatch and I know a Casio, and those are the watches that I normally know and I could see readily. And there's another one that always show back in the Wimbledon or when we play the Netbank golf or whatever golf thing, is Rolex. All of those things, they tell time, they are watches, but they are positioned differently into the market. So I'm going to say this: if you position yourself with data, you will become more like a Swatch watch, because all you talk about is the time. So somebody will come to you and say, but why are you so expensive, or why do you think you are highly in demand if all you do is tell time? All you do is data. But on the contrary, you have a Rolex. Rolex is not about telling time. It is a store of value. It just happens to tell time. So that's the difference in there. When we come through, Rolex doesn't focus on time telling. It focuses on you buying it as part of your culture and as part of you storing value. You buy it for 300,000, within a few years it will be 450. That's how you store value. But you can't store value in a Casio or in a Swatch watch. So what does it mean for us as analysts? If all you talk about is your ability of crunching data, that's all you will have. You will have one line in your activity list: this guy is so good with data crunching. It doesn't matter if you spend 12 years in there, you have only done one value adding service. You've crunched data. Let's swap it around and we try to make the same activity into a Rolex. You've crunched data for customer experience. So you'll say you are what? Customer experience analyst. You crunch the same data, but now you're looking at sales growth. You are what? Sales analytics data. You crunch the same time. You are what? Another. So you're now going around in different circles of adding value. When they ask you to say, what have you done? You'll say, I've helped maybe the local community to be able to visualize where the areas of concerns are in terms of potholes. All of that has to do with you putting data into an Excel and visualizing it, but you're not focusing on time telling, which is the data. You're focusing on the value that you are adding into the community, which is creating an awareness report, which is quite different. Instead of you telling the time, I do this on a daily basis. I go to SES, I check my reports, I put them into Excel. That's what people CVs are talking about. They're talking about the activities. Instead of you focusing on activities, because that's what you will be. It doesn't matter whether you spend 12 years there. You are as good as you could have spent 6 months or 1 year in it, because those are just the activities that you're talking about. But when you're talking about projects or stores of value, you say, I have a thing to help with the local community. I have a thing to help with customer experience. I have a thing to help with sales analytics. Every project that you take, you ask yourself, what is this telling me about? It's this project. What am I going to get out of it in this project? When you come back and when you have your CV or your business profile and you go out there, you're not going to be saying, I take data in Excel. You're going to be saying, I'm an expert of 12 years in customer analysis, 12 years, 7 years in understanding the community needs analysis. You get it? Same thing, different story. You take your activities, you move them into a Rolex type of activities, and you sell Rolex. You don't sell Swatch, Casio. I hope you guys don't get offended by the brand watches, but I'm just trying to show it together to say, don't focus on activities that you do. We all do the same activities. When you have to do statistical steps, everybody does the same thing. They call themselves data scientists. They do the same steps as a normal statistician. They focus on what they are solving for. If what they are solving for is a big business thing and is sitting on the straight pack, that's what they say. We are here to help you win in digital. That's our strategy. I've spent 12 years helping businesses, organizations win in digital. If you go and ask the person, how did you do that? I get an Excel report and I do regression analysis and I plug it into Power BI. I present it into our operational committee meeting. You are as good as any other junior data analyst. But the only difference is data analyst talks about I do data. This guy talks about I help organizations win in digital. That's this video, guys. Please watch the next video. Put the like button on this video and put the like button on the next video, even though you don't even know what it's going to be talking about. It's the momentum. That's all that matters. I'm on fire. Thanks.